I mean, let's look at it. I mean, Sam Darnold, 3 years, 0.5 million dollar contract. I'm just looking at the numbers here. Devontae Adams, he got a nice deal, 2-year deal with the Rams.
Yeah. He passed 30. That's a good deal for him.
46 mil, huh?
Yeah. He good off that.
That's a great deal. You know, at one point I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, you know, it really it sucks because he was with the Raiders, you know, obviously me being a Raider fan, seeing that debacle, but then going to the Jets to play with Aaron and that not working out for him. And all of a sudden it looked like it was very bleak. And then man, he comes smelling like roses back in LA.
Ooh, they're gonna be tough too.
They are gonna be tough.
They're gonna be tough, man. If Puka can stay healthy, they're gonna be real dangerous.
They are gonna be dangerous.
They are, man.
This might be, I mean, he's in a position where, you know, getting that chip it's there in eyes view, you know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that, man. Matthew Stafford, top tier. And
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting seeing Matthew Stafford throw to Devontae Adams.
I know. And and Puka and Tutu.
Yeah, that's gonna be deadly. And then moving on the list, we got Joey Bosa. 1-year deal, 12.6 million with the Bills.
All right. Give him 1 year to, see can he stay healthy. Prove it deal. So I guess
that's a good deal for the Bills, huh?
yeah, I guess basically they replace an old guy with an old guy. So
right.
This year. Well, if he can stay healthy, that's a good look for him. And we talked about that towards the end of the season that they needed, some more pass rush.
We sure did. We did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that maybe, and Joey Bosa, he's got an upside about him. It's just can he stay healthy?
Can he stay healthy? All right.
And he's going to be going in that cold weather, so I don't know.
I know. That's a change from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. Jonathan Allen, 3-year deal, $60 million with the Vikings, released by the Commanders. Harold Landry, 3-year deal, $43.5 million deal with the Pats.
Hey.
That's your squad. What do you feel about that?
Hey, man, we made a lot of moves,
You guys made some moves.
Yeah, probably too many for your notes, but we made a lot of moves. And it was all on the defensive side of the ball. I wanted to see some offense come, but you can't force spend the money, So I think they were smart about that. Just don't, give players money just because you got money.
Right.
So you don't want to overpay. Most of the offensive players were kind of on the other side of 30. They were on the other side of 30, other than Godwin, and he went back to the Bucks like right away. Day one, he went back to the Bucks, which I don't blame him for that. So I think the Patriots spent the money wisely. We still got cap space. Carrying into next season, or somebody get cut, you had the money. So
yeah,
I think we did real well, man. Picked up the Williams kid from Philly.
That was a big pickup.
Yeah, that was a big pickup. But what we already got, I think we'll be real good. I don't know if I don't want to spoil. You got anything else down the list for the Patriots?
What do you mean? I think you got our guy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was that what you were waiting for?
Yeah. We got the guy for the Raiders. Your leader tackler. We'll take it.
You just take away from us. You just leave me with the hat. That's it.
Yeah, man. Got the leader tackler. Then we got Carlton Davis. You know what I'm saying? The team with Gonzalez. I think we got the best cornerback duo in the league.
The Patriots are going to be solid, man.
Going to be solid. And I like the strategy. We know we can't score a lot of points, so let's stop the other team from scoring a whole lot of points.
Yeah.
Yes. That's that Vrabel effect.
That's a great strategy. Cooper Kupp.
God. he got paid.
45 million with the Seahawks.
And he went back home.
Yeah.
So you just talked about Sam Darnold, so I'm ready to see how that pair up with JSN.
How is that combination going to be with the two?
Right. And I think JSN will take the step. I think he would be the best. I think JSN would be the number one, but it's good to be able to learn from Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
But it'd be good to see.
You got a lot of experience.
Right. See, can Cooper Kupp stay healthy too? He another one. Can he stay healthy? See if Sam Darnold can do something outside of that from that Viking system. So they're taking a chance on Sam.
They're playing against him. I'm sure.
They didn't want to get Geno the money he was asking for, so they were like, "We'll just take Sam." And so Sam got to prove himself because he ain't got them same pieces. Don't get me wrong, JSN and Cooper Kupp, good, but they not JJ.
No, they're not JJ. And I was saving the best. Listen, I was saving the best for last.
You talk about Debo to the Commanders?
No, I'm talking about
okay.
I'm talking about my man Geno.
Hey,
Geno's gonna be in the casino.
Hey, Geno said they wrote me off, but I ain't right back.
Geno Smith, I mean, he's just loving adored in the locker room. I think what a great move for the Raiders. Pete Carroll obviously has a ton of confidence in him. So I think that was a good move for the Raiders. I wasn't extremely excited about it, but I can understand the logic behind it.
Yeah. I mean, when you ain't got nothing, you got to get something.
Right. That's great logic, isn't it? And not only that, here's some other good logic to it is, now that they have Geno, they have someone with some stability.
Right.
So now that they're not pressured to necessarily have to get a quarterback in the draft.
No.
They can get whoever's the best player that's available.
Right.
So that kind of gives them that kind of position. So I understand that.
Yeah, let me ask you this. If Shador fall to 6,
they better get him. What I just said, that logic needs to go out the window. They better get him.
It's a lot of teams throwing a lot of smoke screens out there about what they want to do, so it's hard to read right now. But if Shador happen to fall to 6,
they're throwing out the smoke screens, brother.
Yeah, so let's say if Shador don't get picked in the first 3 picks, do you trade with the Patriots, try to get 4 to make sure you get them?
It's a possibility. I don't know how aggressive the Raiders are going to be now that, from what I heard reports, that this contract for Geno, it's going to be a pretty hefty contract.
Right.
So I don't know how aggressive they'll be. If Gentry is available, and I know that we're going to have draft talk in a couple of weeks from now, so I don't want to get too into it.
Right.
But the Raiders have some options.
They do.
But you made a really good comment. You said, a lot of smoke screen right now.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of smoke. And speaking of smoke, someone has some serious smoke. And we're going to shift gears a little bit.
Hey, before we shift, I want to know what you think about the DK Metcalf.
Oh,
that wasn't a free agent; it was a trade. But
I think Metcalf is just special. I think he's special. I think that he is going to bring value wherever he goes. So I felt that. Did you not feel it, Coach Q?
I was hoping the Patriots would make a move for him, but they give him $30 million a year. I don't know if he's worth it. I haven't really seen the route tree from him to warrant, $30 million. I don't want to get into no like 49ers and IU type deal. I think if they wished if they had to do it all over again, they wouldn't give him $30 million.
Well, probably not.
So I'm kind of glad the Patriots didn't get roped into that. it could be very interesting to see who they're gonna get to play quarterback, because now you got to get the ball to DK, and then you still got that firecracker on the other side, George Pickens. So
yeah,
I'm ready to see how that mesh together.
I'm ready to see how that match too.
Yeah. So do they go get Aaron? Could you imagine a locker room with Aaron Rodgers, DK, and Pickens?
No. That sounds like a disaster. That sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Hey, Mike Tomlin has, he has been a leader of men for a long time. But do you think he can handle that squad?
He might give Aaron one of these.
We interrupt this broadcast for the Second Opinion halftime show.
Hi, this is John Johnson from Touch the Buffalo. This is our song Hard as 4, and you're watching Second Opinion.
That's right. This halftime show was sponsored by Nash Studios of Greenville, North Carolina. Located in downtown Greenville, North Carolina, Nash Studios is a place where creatives can collaborate and capture their artistic expression. Take your art to the next level at Nash Studios, which offers a variety of services such as audio recording, video and photography services for your music video, podcast, and more. Scan the QR code to begin your artistic journey at Nash Studios today, or call 252-559-0410. That's 252-559-0410. This Level Up segment is brought to you by Carolina Resale of Plymouth, North Carolina, where style meets savings. Level up your fitness by walking. Something as simple as a daily brisk walk can help you live a healthier life. For example, regular brisk walking can help you maintain a healthy weight and lose body fat, prevent or manage various conditions including heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, cancer, and type 2 diabetes, improve cardiovascular fitness, strengthen your bones and muscles, improve muscle endurance, increase energy levels, improve your mood, cognition, memory, and sleep, improve your balance and coordination, strengthen your immune system, and reduce stress and tension. For more health tips like this, visit mayoclinic.org. Walking is free and you can start at any time at whatever your fitness level. A safe place to begin your walking regimen is inside a shopping mall or a large store. Start walking today. All it takes is that first step. Always consult your physician before starting a new exercise program. Take a walk through Carolina Resale Home Goods Store in Plymouth, your source for finding that perfect item that's missing in your home or hard to find gift for that special someone. Carolina Resale is located at 100A Jean Street in Plymouth, North Carolina. For more information, call 252-394-5814. That's 252-394-5814.
There's a lot of smoke screens.
All right. Okay, I get you. Let's get to the smoke.
And speaking of smoke,
let's get to the smoke.
Speaking of smoke, my little football fanatic, let's talk about LeBron James. Let's talk about the smoke that LeBron James had for Stephen A. Smith. I mean, what is your take on it?
Man,
you heard what Stephen A. said,
right?
And we didn't hear until after it was done, and I'm sure there were some words that weren't able to be expressed on television, but right. LeBron had something to say back to Stephen A. What is your take on that whole standoff?
I've been going back and forth this thing. I really been going back and forth with it. I can see both sides. You know, I can see both sides. I really don't understand why LeBron gets so much hate, man.
He's such a good guy.
Yeah, I don't understand why he gets so much hate and why they want to compare him to Mike so bad.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that piece. Let me get your thoughts on it. I want to get your thoughts on what the interaction between Stephen A. and LeBron.
Well, I think that it's real interesting because we all know why Bronny is in the NBA.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And we know that his father was played a major part in that.
Right.
So when it comes to that, and you think of the criticism of an athlete, there's things that are going to come with the territory. And I think that I'm sure LeBron was smart enough, well aware that this move that they were going to make because he wanted to play with his son. And I'm sure there were some things that he had to, use his appeal in order to make happen. I mean, because obviously we can see that Bronny is not ready yet to be on that floor underneath those lights.
Right.
Okay. So with that being said, I mean, he had to know
Right.
that there was going to be a certain level of criticism that was going to be thrown at him. Now,
Right.
when we look at Stephen A., I mean, you already know. Stephen A. is a very animated guy. This is the Busta Rhymes of sports commentating.
No.
So, you know, sometimes when he says something, for some reason, man, it gets underneath someone's skin a little bit more than maybe if someone else says it.
Right.
But maybe him saying the word father is where it got emotional.
Right.
Because when you say that word father,
right,
it strikes a different chord. But at the same time, you wanted a father and son situation to happen. So it's so hard for anybody in the media not to say the word father.
I think, like you said, the word father trigger. Cause how you gonna tell me how to parent?
Right.
You can talk about my son game, but you can't talk about how I parent, because at the end of the day, the way LeBron parenting his kids got them to where they at. And I ain't just talking about the NBA. I'm talking about, you know, getting your son through high school, getting your son,
all that stuff.
getting your son a right, like everything you did, making your son transform into a man.
Right.
You know, or, you know, making the best decision. So once you said, as a father, you shouldn't do that to your son, that changed the whole discussion.
It did.
Stephen A. shouldn't take it there. Stephen A. should be more of a professional to take it there.
Yeah.
You know, he could have just talked about Bronny play that game against. I think all this happened from the 76ers game. He could have talked about Bronny play from the 76ers game and left it alone. You got to spend your day talking about me. I don't talk about you at all. So how you gonna talk about how I parent?
I think look, when it's all said and done,
and you know, this kind of strike to a chord, you know, because
I know
how about I am with my kids in sports. You most definitely can't talk about how somebody parent. You can't go there.
You know, I totally get exactly what you're saying.
Right.
But I think that both of them have a responsibility that they could have done it a different way.
Both
of them on both sides. And I really believe that, because they're both professional. And if someone is if you feel someone is unprofessional with you and you're a professional, that doesn't mean that you have to be unprofessional with them.
Unwind Massage and Bodywork of New Bern, North Carolina, offering in-office and mobile therapeutic massage, Thai yoga stretching sessions, sports massage, seated chair massage, and hot stone massage. Relax and rejuvenate by calling Bobby Ward at 252-671-6237 or scan the QR code to book your appointment now. Attention macaroni and cheese lovers, don't miss this comfort food event of the year. Come out to Lazy Day Farm in Hubert, North Carolina for Mac and Cheese Fest, Saturday, March 22nd from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Only $5 entry per person. Kids 2 and under are free. Featuring dozens of local vendors and artisans, food trucks, bounce houses, kids games and petting zoo, and plenty of mac and cheese for everyone. For more information, visit lazydayfarm.com. Barnyard Betsy Cheesesteaks and Hoagies is your passport to flavor, straight from Philly. Stop in for mouth-watering favorites like our Crunch Wraps or loaded fries. Get your comfort food fix right here at Barnyard Betsy, located at 106 East Main Street in Crestwell. Call 252-797-2276 or order online at barnyardbetsy.com. Nash Hot Chicken is your destination for hot chicken, cold beer, and live music. Entertain your taste buds with all-star favorites on our Nashville-inspired menu. A full bar featuring domestic, local brews, and try a Nash signature cocktail like our Music City Mule. Make Nash Hot Chicken the choice for your next get-together. Ask us about catering your next event. Nash Hot Chicken is open every day and located at 114 East 5th Street in downtown Greenville, North Carolina. For more information, call 252-999-5444. That's 252-999-5444. Anthony Gilardi, personal trainer in Greenville, North Carolina, providing customized fitness coaching for men and women ranging from 7 years old to 90. Anthony is available for appointments both in person and virtual. If you want to be healthier, stronger, lose weight, gain weight, let his nearly 30 years of experience help you today. Call Anthony Gilardi at 252-412-5004. That's 252-412-5004. Jimmy John's is so freaky fresh and so freaky fast, it's like magic. Come and visit Jimmy John's at one of our Greenville locations or even in Wilson. Order today at jimmyjohns.com or download the app from Apple App Store or get it on Google Play.